this is Edgrim, and welcome to another episode of YouTube channel Thrand. As you may have noticed, Thrand is not with me, and there's a very good explanation for that. Thrand has come down with a case of sinusitis, or a sinus infection, and it's a very severe sinus infection. It's so severe that he's been bedridden the last couple of weeks, and as a matter of fact, he's still in very bad condition. The pressure and the pain, the swelling in his ear, and just all the symptoms combined have been enough to put him out of commission. And it's made things very difficult. We haven't been able to do any of our action-packed episodes, and trust me, we had those in the works right when he fell ill. As a matter of fact, we were working on Iron Mountain Armory's Samurai Armor video the day he fell ill, and we got about half of the entire video done in a single day. We still have the other half to film, but the half we did was our mobility testing, and it turned out spectacular, and Thrand was a trooper. Even when he's coming down with the sinus infection that day, he still made it all the way to the end of that production day, and I've got to say that was tough. I mean, he was a trooper on that, guys, and he's been a trooper through all of this, him being sick and still having to be a family man, a husband, and a father, and still having to work his job too. He's just toughed it out all the way. He's been on antibiotics, so he is trying to recover and get well. So please send your well wishes and wish him a speedy convalescence. I'm hoping he'll get well soon as well, because I miss having my bro in the gym to work out, and I miss having Thrand to work on the channel. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open this package from Andreas Nohl from Dusseldorf, Germany. So let's just get right into that, and let's see what he's got for us. Okay, so there's a lot in this box, guys. There's so much that it would take me forever to go into any great detail for any great length of time. So I'm going to try and talk about each piece a little bit, but forgive me if I don't go into enough detail. But each of these things is so awesome, and we really appreciate all of it, by the way, but it's so awesome that each one could have a full episode all of its own, which I'm pretty sure is why Andreas sent it to us. So let's get started here. The first thing we have is some German Army surplus body armor, minus the ballistic armor that typically would go on the Velcro here on the shin and behind the knee. So this is not bulletproof, but it's got some interesting features: ankle armor, armor over the top of the boot, over the top of the foot. The way the shin is articulated, where it slides. So you see how it does that number. Pretty neat. I think that's going to add some mobility. I like the knee copping, and now Andreas has been kind enough to put new Velcro on. As you can see, there's brand new Velcro for strapping, so that's cool. He's redone some of the rivets, and I love it. I mean, this is cool, and we're going to look like Boba Fett wearing this stuff. That's going to be awesome. So can't wait to take some melee hits in this stuff. I'm willing to take a few shots. I'm willing to play crash test dummy wearing this. I think it's pretty good. This aluminum that looks heavy duty and lightweight, so the mobility is going to be there for sure. Of course, he also sent us the arms, and the elbows have the same kind of nice protection in the elbow with no gapping or anything, so that's going to be good protection. Awesome gift, by the way, for Jule. Thrand was so excited when he saw that, and you know, I got to say, it sucks that he's sick and not here with me to enjoy this and to share it with y'all. This is a rifle sling from the French Army surplus. Very sturdy strap. This would have come in handy for our Die Hard Christmas episode a couple of years ago. This is perfect for Thrand to have been hanging out of a ventilation shaft. But unfortunately, we didn't have it at that time. But you never know. We might be able to, you know, revive that test and try it again using something like this. And obviously I could use this on a hunting rifle or something and try and use it and see how well it. But I'm going to tell you right now, on a hunting rifle, this will work just fine. In fact, I think it'd be a perfectly adequate sling. So I like it. I think it's cool. Now, these were sent for us to use for a specific purpose. These were used by Edgrim. These were sent to Edgrim before they were ever sent to us. They were sent to Edgrim, and he did a video thrusting into this kind of material, into these burlap sacks here. So these were sent to us, I'm sure, with that purpose in mind, for us to do some thrusting tests, very much like Edgrim did, and I have the link below for you, so that you can go check out the video where he thrusts through this material, and that material was provided to Edgrim by Andreas. So Andreas Nohl is responsible for Edgrim being able to test this kind of material with a thrust. And I think that we're going to get some pretty good tests out of this. I'm happy to try and replicate that kind of test and see what we can do against it. I have no doubt that Thrand with an overarm slide with a spear is going to just make short work of this. I don't see him having any trouble with it, but you never know. I mean, it's nice coarse material, very fibrous. It'd be interesting. I'm happy to see how that works out for us. And he sent us a great tool to try that, a handmade or hand-forged spear. And I'd be happy to see how that punches through that material, through those sacks. And as you can see, it is in fact hand-forged. You can see how it's hammered. Pretty neat. I've always been a big fan of handmade objects, especially handmade weapons. Something about the maker himself, sort of their spirit goes into their craft, their whole heart goes into it, and you really sense that when you get a handmade weapon. And I gotta say, guys, it's always a treat to get things like this. So if you're ever thinking about donating to us and you can't donate financially, things like this are probably our favorite things. At least for me it is. And I'm going to be really excited to see Thrand do an overarm slide once we get this mounted and sharpened up. You know, see how this spear does. I bet it's real hefty and dense. I think it's really going to pack a punch, and I'm sure it's going to go through more than these sacks. I think it's going to go through a lot of stuff, maybe even different grades of armor, so that's going to be fun. I love the shape. It's almost reminiscent of the Celtic Iron Age spear we got from Medieval Shop, but smaller. It's not as broad here in the leaf shape, so I think it's a little more streamlined for that overarm slide. I think Thrand's going to really perform much better using this than he did that Celtic Iron Age design. So it's going to be an interesting thing, and we'd love to have some other spear designs from you. If you can make us some other designs that are a little more streamlined or different shapes and stuff, we'd love to have them. We'd love to have different shapes and see how they perform in different conditions. So, you know, always keep that in mind. Spears are always our thing. So that pretty much does it for weapons and armor and weapons testing stuff. So we have some other interesting items here. He sent us some... I've already looked at these, and these are, if I'm not mistaken, these are fruit carving tools. I think that's an interesting thing to send us because we do Thrand Can Cook. We haven't done one in a few years, and we'd love to get back into doing some cooking videos. Thrand's very talented in the kitchen. Here you have peelers, melon ballers with funky shapes. That's pretty neat. I mean, that's very cool. I think it's interesting. Oh, look, a little paring knife here. That's, you can obviously tell that's what this here is for, is to create edible art. So that could be a really interesting episode of Thrand Can Cook, and I'm sure his wife and children would even be interested in trying to do some fruit carving and some decorative edible art. I think that would be fun for him and his family. I would even be willing to try my hand at something like that, even though I'm not much in the kitchen. I think it'd be kind of fun. So we'd definitely love to try something like that out and make an episode out of some stuff like this. It's always fun to try something new and venture into a different field. And we've been meaning to bring Thrand Can Cook back for a very long time. And this is kind of encouraging. It's kind of like a sign to say, hey, we need to bring that little mini series back. That'd be fun. Let's see what else we've got here. Thrand saw these already, claimed them right away. Sharpening steels. So he'll be able to put some nice edges on it. I can tell you right now, these look really high quality. And I'd love to see the kind of sword and knife edges Thrand can get using these steels. So, there you go with that. That's a nice thing to send. Thrand loves to sharpen things. Prides himself on how well he does it. We got a guidebook for a palace in Dusseldorf. One of the few that was not destroyed during World War II. So that's an interesting thing, and it's got some beautiful photography. as you can see. And I'm sure the information is really captivating and interesting, and I can't wait to check it out. And let's see. We got a book on swords. Assuming these are swords that have been photographed in museums and things. Wow. Looks very informative both in German and English, so that's a neat feature. Can't wait to read about that. It looks very, very interesting. And Thrand and I are both just excited to read this. Me, I'm kind of a nerd. I'm actually looking forward to that. I like to learn about places I've never been and learn about things I didn't know about. So it looks really cool. We also have we have a calendar, and it's a 2017 calendar from Germany, I believe, and it's got some really great, I'm assuming blacksmithing photographs to go along with the theme here. I think it's blacksmithing theme or some kind of a craft theme or a machining theme of some kind. Either way, I like it. It's cool. I love getting things like this from other places. Definitely going in the office. So thank you for that. That's pretty neat. Kind of a nerd like that. And of course we get this really cool Dusseldorf tote bag that all that was in. So that's really neat. I like the art. That's beautifully rendered on there. Very cool. I mean, hey, come in handy. Like that. And last but not least, I find this really interesting because we don't normally get stuff like this on our channel. We've got a bunch of German candies, chocolates with some kind of a cream center, Haribos that we don't normally see here in the U.S., including pretzel Haribos. Kind of an interesting deal there. Even Smurf Haribos, so that's pretty neat. We got all kinds of. I mean, he sent us all sorts. Thank you, Andreas. Seriously, for the holidays, what's better than candy, right? Well, armor's better than candy because that's like candy for Vikings. But this is really neat. I'm not much of a candy person. I don't typically eat it, but we're willing to try a little bit of it. So tell you what we think of it. And of course, Thrand has 3 little boys, and I'm sure that his little boys and his wife would be more than happy to share their thoughts on this candy. And it's fun to try things from somewhere else. So that's why I'm really excited about this pumpernickel. Thrand and I used to make bread, and that's going to be a future episode of Thrand Can't Cook, is us making our homemade sourdough and with our homemade cultures. And I love pumpernickel bread, so this will be interesting. I would love to try this for you all and share my impressions of it. Of course, I don't think I can add any more to anybody else's impressions of it who's ever had an impression of this before, but I've never had anything like it from overseas, and I'd sure like to try. You know, it'd be an interesting flavor, I'm sure. So I can't wait. I'm always open to trying something that one of our viewers enjoys, and I hope I enjoyed as much as you do. It looks delicious, and I'm glad you sent us all this stuff. And I gotta say, guys, I really am sorry that we haven't been getting videos out for you. It's a shame that our schedules have not synced up well because I've been working doubles and then going back and working another shift and then working a double and so on and so forth. And of course, Thrand getting sick. You know, it's been difficult. And we're going to have more action-packed videos coming your way. In the meantime, while Thrand recovers, I'll be making some videos and filling in for him. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me today while we do this package opening. Be sure you subscribe down below and like our channel and also comment. Your subscriptions help our channel grow as well as your donations, and you can donate at www.patreon.com/Thrand. And that's where you make your monthly donations, and you do that through a credit card. And you can also do one-time donations at our PayPal account, which is thanethrand@yahoo.com. That's the PayPal ID. And also you can email us at thanethrand@gmail.com, and that's where you can send suggestions and give us ideas for what you'd like for us to do with the money you donate. That's a good way to tell us kind of where you want that money to go if you have any specific ideas. And your donations help us get equipment, new cameras, and other things like that. So keep that in mind. It helps our channel to grow and improve our overall video quality for you, as well as improving the items we test, like our test mediums and things like that, ballistics, gel, and so on. So, guys, we have our Facebook page. Our like page is Thrand and Edgrim's Well of Remembrance. A lot of cool little memes get made there by like Terry Besson, the meme maker, and of course ourselves. We like to put up a lot of history stuff and anthropology posts, especially pertaining to the Vikings, but other things as well. So, go check that out. Give us a like there. Also, you can join our closed group. That's the Thrand YouTube Boat Crew. And in there, it's a private group where you can meet up with a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of lives, blacksmiths, bowlers, people who are into modern and old firearms. I mean, just about any kind of military history, modern and in the past, you're going to find somebody there that knows something about something. And it's a great group of people, and everybody's so happy to share. Lots of great posts there, lots of great information, and you can really link up with a good network of people. And that's the Thrand YouTube Boat Crew on Facebook. Just type in the search engine and it'll pop up. You ask for an invitation, Thrand or I will let you in, and as long as you're cool with everybody, you can stick around and enjoy the benefits of that group. We'd like to thank you once again for joining us, and stick with us, guys, and we'll catch you next time.